Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will share with you the most useful Excel keyboard shortcuts that make you effective and quick while working with Excel worksheets. The first and the most widely used keyboard shortcut is sum of a numbers. In fact, sum function is the only function in Excel that Microsoft assign a shortcut to because it's very popular. So in this worksheet that you see in front of you, I have items description on the row headers, and I have a sales amount for each month. And what I want to do, I want to, in this cell here, I want to calculate the sum of January in this example right here. And in this cell, I want to calculate the sum of February. So let's start in this cell, B12. Click right here and then hit Alt equal. And you can see that the sum function is predicting that I want to sum these rows. Then hit enter. Then you can click on the right angle and drag to copy the function. But I will show you another way, quick and fast. I'm going to delete the sum. Start with click right here and highlight the entire row from January to December, and then hit L equal sign. You will calculate the sum of each month. And if you go back to the last column and hit F2, you see that the function is calculating the sum of the rows. Now, next, I want to calculate the sum of each item in this cell here. So same thing, click on the N4 and then hit Alt equal. The function is calculating, predicting the possible cells. Hit enter. Now, same thing, you can highlight everything, apply the sum function to the entire rows. I'm going to delete this one, highlight, and hit Alt equal sign. And if you go back to the last one, F2, you see that the sum function highlights the entire column. Click escape. Now I'm going to delete the function hit right here and delete this one too. And then I'm going to go back to B12. The sum function requires that the range of cells need to be contiguous. That means there is no empty cell on the row or the column that you want to make the sum. In this example, I'm just going to delete these two numbers here, and I will do example delete these two numbers right here. And now right here, if I click L equal, see that the sum function predict that I want to sum only these rows, but in fact, I want to sum the entire rows here. So while you're in the edit mode, you can redirect the mouse, click right here and drag, and then you will highlight the entire rows. For this row here, that is the same thing. You click right here, click L equal sign. The sum function highlight this contiguous range of cells. So be aware of that. Click escape. I'm gonna delete this one and go back to the original sheet. Now I will show you another trick that if you have an example, let's see, remove all this. Now we have empty cells somewhere, but if you highlight the entire row like this and hit Alt equal, the function will calculate the entire rows because the first one is a contiguous range of cells. So if you click right here and hit F2, you see the sum function is highlighting the entire rows because the first one, it's a contiguous range of cells. Same thing right here. If you click, highlight and hit Alt equal, click right here and hit F2, sum function calculates the entire columns. Hit escape. The next shortcut is formatting. So I'm going to go to formatting worksheet right here. I have the same report. And as you can see that the entire numbers are not formatting. I would like to format the number and add dollar sign. So highlight the entire table and hit Control 1. You will open the format cell dialog box and then go to number, currency, and then you can reduce the decimals to 0 or increase it by 1 or 2 or so on. So I'm going to decrease it to 0. Then click OK. When you hit Control 1, you will open the Format Cells dialog box and you can change the number format, the alignment, the font size, and the color as well, the size. You can add borders, fill, but in this case, we're just changing the format numbers. The next shortcut is filter. I'm gonna go to filter worksheet right here. To add filter to the table that you're working on or the sheet, you click anywhere and hit Control Shift L. You see that Excel added a drop down menu right here on each column. So if you click on it, you can filter the table based on your preference. So right here, example, I'm gonna select just computer and laptop. Click OK, and only computer and laptop appear. So I'm gonna click right here and clear filter. And then I'm gonna filter the table based on, let's see, computer and TV sets. Click OK. Now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. There are some rows hidden between 4 and 7. This is why the color change when you make a filter. To remove the filter from the table, you just hit Control Shift L again. So the filter removed. The next shortcut is fill right. So I'm going to click on the this sheet here, fill right. So I have April and August are blank. I don't have it available, but I'm going to assume that the number of April same as the number of March. So I want the number here on the month of April. It's exactly the same as month of March. I'm going to highlight all rows and hit Control R. This is what called fill right. So this one, same as this. And for August, I'm gonna do the same thing. Gonna hit Control R. The next shortcut is insert recommended chart. So I'm gonna click on insert chart. And in this sheet here, I have a quarterly sales for these two items, gaming consoles. So I want to make a quick chart, recommended a quick chart for this sheet. So click anywhere in the table on the numbers and then hit F11. Excel will create a new sheet with the chart name on it, along with the quarters on the x-axis and the numbers of sales on the y-axis. And then when you go to the menu right here, you click on the filter chart. You can actually filter, example, quarter 1 and 3 and hit apply. Or you can go to the plus sign and change this. I'm going to change the legend to top so you can see have the so I can have the name of the product on the top. The next shortcut I'm going to show you is how to go to the end of the column or to the end of the row. In this sheet, I'm going to go back to fill right sheet and I'm going to click right here. And if I want to move to the end of the row, which is I want to go to the December M4 right here, I just use control right arrow. So I'm here on B4. If you hit control right arrow, you jump to the end of the row. And if you want to go down to the end of the column, you're right here. You click control down arrow and you are right here. Now, if you want to highlight the entire row like this, you can start from the beginning and hit control shift right arrow and down arrow while you're holding control shift. So you highlight the entire table. The next shortcut is inserting a hyperlink. So I'm going to click on the insert hyperlink sheet. And in this worksheet here, I want to add a hyperlink here to this item that will take me to Nintendo Switch website. So now I'm just going to minimize the Excel worksheet right here. And I'm gonna bring a web page, Google, right here, so you can see both of them at the same time. So in this one here, I'm just gonna copy it and go to Google and type website. So this is the website for Nintendo. I'm just gonna resize it so you can see the web page here bigger. All right, so this is the website for, I'm gonna click on the URL link, highlight everything and copy and go back here, click on the A4 Nintendo Switch and hit Control K. The insert hyperlink page pop up said display text to display this, and on the address, click right here, hit Control V or type the website. Make sure that you're in the existing file or web page. You click OK. Now this one changed to a hyperlink. So if I am, let's go back to Google example, and when you hover the mouse, click on it, and it will take you to Nintendo. I'm gonna do the same thing for Sony PlayStation, copy, and let's see, there's a website. I'm gonna click on this and right double click here, highlight, copy, go back here on the Excel, Control K, click on the address, Control V, click OK. Now I'm gonna just open Google, close this one, close, and I have only one page open. And if I click on Sony, Sony page uh, pop up. I click on Nintendo Switch. This is Nintendo. Now I'm gonna minimize this one, maximize this again, and in this cell here, Microsoft, I'm gonna add a hyperlink to an existing worksheet tab. So click on A7 in this case and hit Control K. And then I'm gonna choose place in this document. Click right here and you see a list of sheets available in your workbook. I'm gonna click on sum function here. So what I'm doing actually, I'm inserting a hyperlink here on A7 that refer to the sum function to this sheet. So click OK. Now it's changed to hyperlink. So if I click on it, I will go to the sum function sheet. So click on it and let's go back. See now the sum function sheet is active. I go back to hyperlink. Okay. Next, I'm gonna show you how to create a hyperlink referring to another document in your computer, different workbook or different sheet. So on this one example, click on A6 and hit Control K and go to existing file or web page. Click right here and then either use the current folder or if you go back, click right here, you go back to the previous until you go to my computer. And in your computer, you can pick any folder or any worksheet or workbook or even Word document that you want to see. You just click on it and hit OK. So let me minimize this one first. Side here. And if you can see here on my desktop, I have a Word document. The title is Excel Shortcuts. If I click on open it, it's just showing type Excel shortcuts. You can add anything you want right here. So I'm going to close it and I'm going to insert a hyperlink here on the Xbox on the A6, refer to this document. So I click right here, Control K, click on existing file or web page. I go to my desktop right here, scroll down, you see here Excel shortcut, click OK. Now A6 now become a hyperlink. So if I click on it, document open. So you can insert a hyperlink, refer to a web page or other document or existing tab in your existing sheet. Can I click close this one, maximize? The next shortcut is inserting a new worksheet to the left side of the current worksheet. So I'm going to click right here on the insert a new worksheet. And as you see here, the same worksheet that we have been working on, but I'm going to insert a new worksheet to the left side of this existing worksheet. Just click anywhere and hit Shift F11. You see the sheet number 21 is inserted to the left of this sheet. I'm just gonna click here and delete it. Next shortcut is save as. The quickest way to save as document is to hit F12 anywhere here. Hit F12 and save as dialog box appear, and you can choose the directory or the folder that you want to save your document after you name it. I'm gonna I'm gonna click cancel. The next shortcut is the absolute reference. Click on sheet absolute reference. An absolute reference in Excel refers to a reference that is locked so that rows or columns will not change when copied. So in this example, I have gaming console quarter sales, and then I want to calculate a 10% from the total. First, I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to highlight the entire rows and hit, as you see that, as you know, now I calculate the sum of each item. So first, let me assign 10% in the cell. I'm going to type here 10 and hit Shift 5 to add percentage. So I have 10% here. Now, in this cell here, I'm going to type equal sign, click right here, and times 10%. Now, this 10%, I want to lock it so when I copy the formula, this one cell will not move. So while clicking on G1, you hit F4 to lock the cell. Hit enter. So now this is 10% of this amount. Now, if you drag the formula, you go to the end and hit F2, you see that the formula is always pointing to the 10% or G1. This is an absolute reference. The next shortcut is go to special. So I'm going to click on the go to special right here. And you see in the table that I have an empty cell. As you can see in the previous videos, if you have an empty cell or non-contiguous range of cells, you're going to have an issue with the sum function or some other function. So in this example, I'm going to use go to special to fill the empty cells with some numbers. So I'm going to highlight everything and hit F5, click on special and go special menu appear. I'm gonna click on a blank, click OK, and then type 0, then hit Control Enter. Now I fill up all the empty cells with zeros. I'm gonna redo it again. I'm gonna hit Control Z and have empty cells everywhere. Highlight everything again. F5, special, blanks, OK, type 0, then Control Enter. Easy. The next shortcut is spelling check. So I'm going to go to spelling check sheet right here. And as you can see that I intentionally misspell the some words here on the sheet, but I don't know which one. So this is we're going to use spelling check technique. First, I'm going to highlight the entire row. You can go to this right here, click to highlight everything, and then hit F7. The spelling check dialog box appear and will tell you that this word is not in the dictionary and this is the suggestion. So click change and go to the next one. And you see that Excel highlight the word that it's not in the dictionary and give you suggestion. You can click anyone, click on the desired one, then click change. Then laptops, also the same thing, click change. Smartphones, change. And then when Excel complete the check, it will receive this notification window, spelling check complete, you're good to go. Click OK. The next shortcut is refresh page. So I'm going to click on refresh page right here, and you can see that I have an empty cells right here, and I'm gonna fill it up with the random numbers that I am gonna choose between. So I'm gonna highlight everything right here and just type a formula equal rand between, and I'm going to select two different numbers between 1500 and 5000. Close parentheses and hit Control Enter. So Excel generated a random number between 1500 and 5000 and fill it up. Now, if I want to refresh this page, this is a random between numbers. If I want to refresh it and every time I refresh, I will get a new numbers. I just hit F9. I'm gonna click F9 right now. You see the number change. Gonna hit F9 again. Hit F9, keep hitting F9, F9, the number change. The next shortcut is find and replace. I'm gonna click on find and replace. In this sheet, I wanna replace the abbreviation TV with the word television. I'm gonna highlight everything just to, if there is any TV sets, I wanna change it to a television set. Highlight everything and hit Shift F5. The find and replace dialog box appear. Change it to replace. So here find TV sets and replace with television sets. And you can change the formatting color as well. Let's do this one too. Format, and I'm gonna fill with green. So I'm gonna find TV sets and the sheets and replace it with television sets and make it the cell green. Click on replace all and then close. Now I replace the TV sets with television sets. Now, if you look at the numbers here, I can see that the 28,880 appear in so many location, but I just want to highlight this number and make it visible. So I'm gonna click highlight everything here and hit Shift F5. Again, the find and replace dialog box appear. I'm gonna click on replace and you can see the previous one is still there. So I'm gonna type 28880 and the next row is 8880 again. And I'm gonna change the format to red and the font white and bold. So when I click replace all, I'm gonna replace all the numbers with that matches 28,880 with the same number, but I'm gonna format it in red and white. So I'm gonna click replace all, click OK, and close. So here we go. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. If you have any comments, please write down below. Thank you and have a nice day.